Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me? No. How about now? Yay. All right. Good afternoon. You are the most well-behaved crowd I have come across in a very long time. So my name is Brian Kelly, and I'm the president of Clinton Community College, and I'm so pleased that you're here today. But before we get going, let's do some clapping and do some moving. This is a time of celebration. So before we recognize the graduates, it's really important to me that we recognize the outstanding staff and faculty in our nursing program. We have Lori here today, and Ray, and Kara, and Sarah. Let's hear it for them. And if you had an advisor or a staff member or somebody who helped you along the way at Clinton Community College and they made it possible for you to be here today, let's hear it for them. I'm just so proud of you and your accomplishment. This has been a really challenging year and a half, and it's an amazing accomplishment in the best of times. And we certainly did not have the best of times these past few years. How many of you are first generation students? How many of you are the first one in your family to go to college? We have a few today? Okay. I'm a first generation student, and I always appreciate the commitment to education and the start of a new tradition within a family to education. This is a significant accomplishment, and it's a great example for your family, your children, your grandchildren, and those around you. Everyone has a special person with them today that has made this possible. I'd love to see a great big round of applause for someone sitting near you or those not sitting near you who helped you along the way. Now let's talk about you. I look at the list of most admired and most trusted positions almost every year. Lists come out and those are circulated. And every year, community college president is not on that list. And every year, nurses are. And that's an incredible thing. That's an incredible thing. And now you're moving out of here into a world where you will be trusted, where you will be valued, and where you will be taking care of some of the most vulnerable people in our society. With that comes huge responsibility, and with that comes huge expectations. We know because of the education you received here that you'll do a great job. We have faith in you as you move forward in your career. And we encourage you to continue to be lifelong learners. Health professions is not a field where you get to stop learning. There's new information all the time. There's new viruses, there's new approaches. So your commitment to learning at this point is not only a commitment to learn what you already have learned, it's a commitment to learn what you will learn in the future. Thank you for starting your passion or continuing your passion for learning at Clinton Community College. We're super proud of you. And always remember your experience here. Stay in touch, let us know what you're doing. And if you stay in the community, thank you for being part of a healthcare system that's much needed. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce Lori Haugen. She's the program director of our nursing program, and she'd like to share a few words with you. Thank you for being here today.
Hello. Again, I'm Lori Haugen, the Program Director of Nursing, and I would just like to thank you today as the graduating class for letting us, the faculty, be here to celebrate with you. and be part of this privilege at your pinning ceremony. It is your initial journey to your professional nursing education. It is a time-honored tradition and often more personally meaningful than graduation itself. It signifies your official initiation into the brotherhood and sisterhood of nursing. Ceremony is rich with symbolism that can be traced all the way to the 12th century. During this time, the Knights of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist tended to the sick. The new monks were initiated by that order. They took vows to serve the sick and were each given the Maltese Cross, the first badges given to those who were a nurse. The modern tradition of the pinning ceremony is originated in the 1860s at the Nightingale School of Nursing. Having been recently awarded the Red Cross of St. George for her selfless service in the Crimean War, Florence Nightingale chose to extend that honor to her graduating students by presenting them each with a Medal of Excellence. By 1916, the practice of pinning new graduates was standard throughout the United States. It was given by the hospital School of Nursing to the students who identified them as nurses who were educated to serve the needs of society. This symbol describes the nurse as a professional, separate from the rest, with unique training and education and service that involves many professional rights and responsibilities. The nursing pin has been both literally and symbolically a cross to bear, a medal and a badge. Nursing is a cross to bear for those who remain with their clients long after many have given up hope and gone home. Nurses never forget their clients, even when not caring for them physically. They remain in their thoughts, remembering always that they are caring for someone's mother, father, sister, brother, son, or daughter. The people are counting on them to do for their loved ones what they cannot do themselves. There are times, in spite of our technology and care, a client may not make it. And we have to accept this. It's an emotional burden to bear as a nurse. But we understand part of both pain and privilege. Nursing pin remains a symbolic medal of honor. Nurses honor both the miracle of life and the finality of death. They respect and honor an individual right to enter life safely and die with dignity. It is also a sign of courage. Nurses are courageous in caring for those clients who would otherwise be ignored by society. Every day, nurses battle on the front line, fighting death and disease, but do so with courage and commitment. They, like so many other professionals in public service, put their own lives before others. The pinning ceremony is therefore so much more than an event to mark the completion of nursing school, but a rite of passage into the profession of nursing. I congratulate all of you today for that and welcome you as a colleague of mine and no longer a student. Congratulations. And I would now like to introduce Ray Tyso, who's our next speaker.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Kind of. Is it coming over this thing? I notice we're kind of coming in and out a lot. If I stand over here and talk, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Maybe I'll just try this, okay, instead of using the thing. I'm not crazy about podiums anyway. First of all, I want to say thank you to some of the people who helped organize this. It's not easy trying to organize a gathering when you have social distancing. Mardell went through a whole lot of extra work to get this done. And I say Mardell because she's the one who's come in and assisted me a lot. But
They can't see you, the people, if you're not.
Oh, I gotta be in front of that. Okay.
Sorry.
I guess I have to stand over here. So, yeah, the Zoom people won't be able to see me. And by God, they have to see me, right? So, well, anyway, so it was a lot of work to get this done. It's hard to come up with a system that everybody agrees with. And I think that they've done a pretty good job at that. I need to say welcome, students, and welcome, family. Those of you, the pinners, I guess that's what you are, right? Today you're a pinner. That's what you are. So, as I look out here, it's hard to believe that it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago that I saw your faces for the first time in our intro to nursing class, right? That 2 years went kind of fast. At that time, we had no idea what we were in for, did we? No idea at all 2 years ago what was coming. So what did come? Well, it started out pretty normal, right? You guys were over in the library all the time in those study rooms studying. So everybody's over there studying, and you're coming over to my office asking me questions every once in a while, and kind of happening just the way that things are normally happening. Then the pandemic hit, right? No more studying in the library. A lot of the normal things that you guys had gotten used to in that first semester, all of a sudden you couldn't do anymore. The ADNs, the associate degree nurses, were kind of blindsided with this. We were in the middle of your second semester when this stuff hit, right? You didn't know it was coming, and boom, it changed everything. Now the PNs, the practical nurses out there today, you guys knew what you were getting into, right? You knew that we were in a pandemic, and you signed up anyway. That's what I call dedication, right? Determination. You had a goal and you didn't let any pandemic stop you. And we appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. You knew that if you got signed up, Kara would get you through it, right? Hats off to Kara. Well, I don't have a hat on. If I had a hat on, I would tip it to Kara. So when the pandemic hit, how did that change things? Well, we had to go to online classes. You couldn't meet over in the library for your study groups, right? We couldn't get together. Getting together is really important for nurses, for nursing students. And we were back and forth, right? We're online. Well, now we're gonna be in the classroom, right? And then, well, we can get in the classroom, but not back to our own classroom. We never got back to our own classroom. But the administration worked really hard to get us somewhere. We ended up over there in the tech center. Remember, we had to go all the way over there, and so we weren't even. Not only were we not in our classroom, we weren't even in our regular building. But we did get together, and we did learn. The worst part of it, though, was the hospitals wouldn't let us in. We couldn't get you guys in for hands-on clinical experience. The hospital said required or personnel only, right? They're not gonna let anybody else in. You're not essential. And I had to agree with them. We weren't essential for patient care, but we are essential for the future of nursing. But at that point, they just wouldn't let us in. And so that had to be a really tough time for you to try to learn. What's that noise? Couldn't get in there, so you ended up doing a lot of simulation, right? We were over in the simulation lab. We had Kara, thank God for, or Sarah. Thank God for Sarah. Well, we got Sarah and Kara. You know I'm going to say them wrong one of the times. But Sarah, thank God for her. My hat's off to you too. I'm still not wearing a hat, but if I was, I'd tip it to you. So Sarah and our dummies over there, the mannequins. I keep getting corrected on that. Don't call them dummies, call them mannequins. We don't want to hurt the mannequins' feelings. But anyway, learning had to be a challenge. It wasn't easy. Every day you're wondering what's coming next. I mean, I was being asked all the time, and all I could say is, I don't know. Right? Are we going to be online till the end of the semester? I don't know. Are we going to get into the hospital before this semester is over? I don't know. Right? So you guys had this stress of not knowing. A lot of times that's the most stressful thing that you can go through, is not knowing what tomorrow brings. Then we moved on into the second year. Yay, everything got back to normal, right? Of course not. It can't be that easy. Everything wasn't back to normal, but things were better. When we got to start this year out, the hospital would let us in. We had to jump through a lot of hoops. Remember, we had all those papers to fill out and all that extra stuff to do. But if we did that, they would let us in. So then you guys got to go in there and get some clinical experience. Now you're in the upper level nursing classes, a lot harder. And now you have to make up what you missed the first year. I'll tell you what, I was amazed by you guys. Not only were you going into the second level of nursing, not only did you have to do the classroom for second year, and you had to do the clinicals for second year, you had to do the clinicals for first year at the same time. But you did it. Challenge after challenge, and you kept coming back. And I was kind of amazed at that. I was kept wondering, I wonder if someday I'm going to walk into that classroom and it's going to be empty. But no, you kept coming back. And that's a skill that you're going to need, because all the stress that you've gone through over these last 2 years, it doesn't end here. Nursing is a stressful job. No matter what part of nursing you decide to go into, I guarantee you, you're going to meet stress. Right? You're going to have a lot of stress. There's going to be days when you walk out the door after a 12-hour shift, and you're going to say, I don't want to do this anymore. But you know what? The next day you'll wake up in the morning and you'll go back to work. Because as hard as it is, it's worth it. This is a job that's not easy, but it's worth it. Because you know that you're making a difference. And that's probably the most important part about this job, is that you guys are going to know every day that you go to work that you make a difference. And that skill of coming back is going to be important. It's going to serve you well as you go out there and start doing your nursing jobs. And I got to find myself on here. I went way past my card, sorry. So I've got one question that I am going to answer here for you, because I get asked this every year that we have a pinning ceremony. Why are we having this pinning ceremony? We got graduation tonight. Why do we come here for this? It's usually our first year nurses that ask this. And I tell them why. Tonight, you are going to be awarded the certificate that you have earned. The degree, the diploma, whichever one it is, whichever program you have to go through, that's what they're going to hand you tonight. They're going to hand you that degree or diploma that you have earned. But what we're giving you today is a nursing pin. It's a recognition of the fact that you chose to be a nurse. It's a badge of honor. And that is not an exaggeration. Kind of like what Lori was talking about back in the dark ages, when the plague was going through. It hit a community, people evacuated that community, but not the nurses. The nurses stayed there. The people felt like there has to be something that we can show, something that shows, that recognizes the heroism that these people are doing, these nurses are doing. So that's where this badge came up with, and it is now a pin. And if you think that you deserve it today, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And if you watch the news, you will see how the pandemic has affected our frontline nurses. You deserve it as much today as they deserved it back in the dark ages during the plague. And kind of like Brian was saying, the Gallup poll that's taken every year since 1999 asks about the most trusted profession. Nurses have been #1 on that poll every year except 2001. In 2001, it was firefighters. That was the year that we were attacked, the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center. And believe me, they deserved to be #1 in that year. But not by 2002, nurses were right back there again at #1. So nurses are definitely trusted, right? Nurses are kind of, you're put in a very important part in society. And that's why you're getting pinned. That's why we are giving you a badge of honor today. And that's what this pin represents. It is a badge of honor. So our society appreciates you, and I want to tell you, I have witnessed the integrity of this group of students over the last 2 years. And because of that, I trust you. I appreciate you. And with that, I just want to say congratulations to all of you for achieving this goal. And I want to say thank you for becoming nurses. And right now, I'd like to introduce to you Amanda Guzman and Brianna Douglas to come up here, a couple of students that have something to say. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to start off by saying congratulations for everyone for reaching our goal. We did it. For me, this journey has been crazy. I have seen the highest and the lowest points in my life at this year alone. There were many times I wondered how I was even going to make it through the day, but I know I'm not the only one. Many of us have struggled with balancing work, family, the loss of loved ones. Sorry. And all the little struggles that life has thrown our way. Then we had the pandemic in the mix. But even with all that, we came out on top and completed our journey. Nobody did this for us, we did it ourselves. We did it with dedication, determination, and hard work, and we are ready to start our next chapter of our lives. This is a huge accomplishment, and everyone in here should be very proud of themselves. I do want to make sure that we thank all of our family and friends that have helped us along the way with life outside of studying. Without that, getting our kids to school, practices for sports, or someone helping making supper when you had no time to do it. I personally want to thank my clinical group and study buddies for everything they've done for me this year. The past couple of years have been different for all of us. With COVID taking over every aspect of our lives and changing life and how we do things, through it all, we have somehow managed to do it with our instructors. So thank you. I know that we all can agree that Sarah, Kara, and Ray have done a wonderful job making sure to teach us what we need to know, and with the most unconventional ways that they had to deal with. They've had to figure out how to make sure we got the information that we needed and retain it. I am sure that we were not always the best people to teach some days, and we were little whiners throughout the days, saying how unfair everything is. We just want you to know that all your dedication and hard work did not go unnoticed, and we will forever remember and appreciate you all. So if I could get you guys to join us up here so we can present you with some gifts for our appreciation.
I'm going to try not to cry, but no promises. First, I just want to say congratulations to all my fellow graduates. It is an honor to speak on behalf of my class. Everyone here today has someone special with them, whether it is your parents, your grandparents, siblings, aunt and uncle, or significant other. I would like to acknowledge all of you, family and friends. Graduating the nursing program was not an easy task. It involved a lot of hard work, dedication, sweat, and tears. So on behalf of the students and myself, I just want to say thank you for walking this journey with us, encouraging us, and supporting us. We could not have done it without you. I would also like to say thank you to my classmates for the opportunity to get to know each one of you and learn with you. I would like to acknowledge our amazing instructor, Kara. We could not have asked for a kinder, more patient instructor to teach the material you taught. You truly made every day a learning experience for us, so thank you. We all know it was not easy studying to be a nurse during a pandemic and all the obstacles we had to overcome, but we embraced it and we finished strong. That is something to be so immensely proud of. Now that we are here graduating, we have completed our skills, endured our 12-hour clinicals and 4-hour lectures. We finally get to wear cute scrubs and have fancy name badges that say either LPN or RN. But that is not all of what being a nurse means. Being a nurse means you will never be bored. You will most of the time be frustrated. You will be surrounded by challenges, so much to do and so little time. You will carry immense responsibility and very little authority. You will step into people's lives and you will make a difference. Some will bless you and some will curse you. You will see people at their worst and at their best. You will never cease to be amazed at people's capacity for love, courage, and endurance. You will see life begin and end. You will experience resounding triumphs and devastating failures. You will cry a lot, you will laugh a lot. You will know what it is to be human and to be humane. You will have the most rewarding job in the world. As I wrap up my speech, I just have a few encouraging words. Embrace every day working as a nurse. Never miss an opportunity to learn something new and always be open to constructive criticism. Never take for granted the people you meet, care for, and get the chance of working with. And last but not least, may your scrubs be comfy, your coffee be strong, and your Mondays be short. Congratulations, graduates, and best of luck on your newest journey. Kara, our class would like to present you with a basket that we put together for you. All right. And you're not a hugger in that experience.
So true. Well, the time we've been waiting for the actual pinning portion. So if you guys remember kind of how Mardell went through that, the pinner will come up from this side and the nursing students will come up from this side. You'll get your pin and then you'll go back down the opposite way you came. And I think Amanda would be doing the picture right here, or where are you wanting them to kind of pause at?
In the middle.
On the stage?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we will start with the practical nurses, or the PNs. Okay. So first we have Ashley Camp. Next, we have Brianna Douglas. Molly McCullough. Carson Nicole. And Autumn Stiefel. Now we'll proceed to the ADNs.
All right, now for our associate degree nursing, Alexandra Cook. I think we can. Kylie Cottrell. Alyssa Easley. Megan Edens. Amanda Guzman.
Samantha Hartman. Allison Howard. Melissa Melton. Elizabeth Mum. Shannon Sherman. Mackenzie Stevenson. Jacqueline Tureen. Neva Wadelix. Shaylin Williams.
Great, guys. I'm just going to do a few closing remarks here that I'd like to leave a few thoughts with you to think about as you begin your nursing career. As a nurse, you will have a unique perspective, an understanding of how precious life is. This perspective is a gift. Always remember, you're making a difference each and every day in someone's life, no matter how big or how small. You will give your patients the ability to live their lives to the fullest. You will be the light in their lives during times of darkness. You will be their hope and their guide. You will be there to comfort them when they have pain and when they're experiencing sorrow. This is a great privilege. Please do not take it lightly. Believe in yourself always and your ability to make an impact and create change. We know that each one of you will make a great difference and will do great things. We will be here cheering you along the way. Grateful you have chosen to be the next generation of nurses. So congratulations to everyone. You did it. Celebrate, live out your dreams, and take care of yourself. When you're tired and your legs are sore from standing all day, because they will be, remember you are appreciated more than you ever know. I think that's the end. We do like cheesecake and toppings or something. So congratulations.
That's right. That's right. Turn your right. We're gonna do a group photo. Amanda, where would you like them? And the food truck is on its way. They're having generator issues, so I'm constantly texting, so that is on the way. And everybody on the stage, some on the stage, some down below. Everybody together, LPNs and ADNs, and then we can do a separate. How's that? Perfect. An entire group photo and then a separate group photo. And I don't want to be in it. You're gonna have to scrunch.
Okay. Do you want me to go in front? No, you got it.
Hang on here. Hang on here. Is that out of the way? Oh.
That's a good idea.
My mouth hurts.
Yeah.
Can you shut us down? Yes, please. Thank you. Bye.
Are you so smiling?
And And then we'll do LPNs with you guys.